And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for being here as we get ready to kick off Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Boston Bruins and the St. Louis Blues. In Boston tonight, series is tied 2-2. This is obviously the most important game up to this point. And I think that the winner of this game is the team that's going to win the series. I don't see either team, I don't see a team going down 3-2 and then winning 2 games in a row to win the coming back to win it. I think whoever wins tonight is going to be the team that takes home the cup. So what's going on, Bruins fan, 627, Goal Horns, Isaiah, Angry Lawson. What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Everyone, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, you subscribe. So that really helps out a lot, and hopefully tonight's a good stream. Yeah, Boston absolutely needs a victory tonight if they're going to win. If Boston loses tonight on home ice, I'd say they're probably all done. And St. Louis will go and finish it off at home in Game 6 if the Bruins lose tonight. So, yes, Boston has got to win this game if they want to win. And I think St. Louis needs this game as well, because that would give Boston, if Boston wins tonight, that would give them 2 chances to knock out the Blues. They could either do it in St. Louis or they could come back home for Game 7 and do it. So really, when it comes down to it, I think that the winner of this game wins the series. Game 5s are vitally important in a 7-game series, especially when it's a 2-2 series. The winner of Game 5 usually, and that takes a 3-2 lead, usually goes on to win the series. Hey, what's going on, Classic Derp? Not a problem, man. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks for the like. Yeah, everyone, I can see, there's 6 people here watching. Make sure everyone gives the stream a thumbs up and hits that like button. That really helps out in getting the video found and moving it higher up on YouTube and stuff. So let's try to get to 10 likes on the video before the game starts. That's going to be my goal for tonight. Still got a few minutes here before puck drop. What's going on, Nathaniel? Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully we go over 900 subs tonight. And hopefully we get a lot of likes on this as well. Hoping to have a good stream tonight with a lot of people. And hopefully it's a good game. I certainly think it will be with how much is on the line for both of these teams tonight. You're going to cry if the Bruins lose. I don't think I'm going to cry, but this is a very, very important game for both of these teams. If you go up 3-2 in a 7-game series, you are in the driver's seat without a doubt when it comes to winning. Hey, what's going on, Vaughn? Thank you, Isaiah. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. Vaughn Hook's in the house, everybody. One of our regulars here. So now we're just kind of waiting for the game to get started here. Got some time to kill. I'm not sure exactly what time puck drop is, but it's usually they still got to do the anthems and all of that stuff. So it might be another few minutes before we actually get to game action here. Yeah, Bruins fan, I agree. Well, some Penguins fans bother me. Some Penguins fans are great. And they're perfectly fine, normal hockey fans. But some Penguins fans are they annoy me sometimes. Some of them with how delusional they are. No, I'm not in Grav's Discord, Vaughn, so I don't know. I really don't. I don't watch Grav or anything, or I'm not really involved on that channel at all. So no, I don't know anything about that really. Um, Hey, there you go, Isaiah. Sounds like a plan. Hey, Panther, what's going on, man? It's going. Hopefully, we have a good game tonight. Hey, what's going on, Transportation Land? Appreciate you watching, man. Um, yeah, I did. I think I subscribed to Grav a few weeks ago now, but I've never actually, I don't think, watched his videos. Yeah, no, I'm here now for the night, Transportation Land. Yeah, really, the only like I obviously am on Hot Take Hockey streams a lot. Well, not a lot, but some when I'm not streaming myself. Um, but I haven't really watched Grav, and I don't know. He's not my favorite as far as hockey YouTube goes. Um, Hey, thanks, Transportation Land. I appreciate that. Yes, Zdeno Chara is playing tonight. He has the face shield on, covering his mouth area. But he is going to play tonight with the broken jaw, and he's actually starting for the Bruins. So that should be a huge emotional lift for Boston. And it's absolutely incredible that he's even attempting to play in this game tonight with a jaw that was literally just broken a couple days ago. Char is an absolute warrior for sure, and he has been his whole career. I mean, this is one of the many reasons Zdeno Chara is an absolute legend in Boston. No, I don't play Fortnite at all. I've played it a few times at my friend's house, but I don't have it, and I don't play it. Yeah, I feel like Fortnite's definitely died from where it was like a year and a half ago, where like everybody was playing it. Now I think it's kind of died a little bit. Panther, Kuznetsov literally did last year. Evgeny Kuznetsov played in the Stanley Cup Final last year with a fractured wrist, and he played through it. Yeah, I mean if you're in the Stanley Cup Finals, you play through anything unless you literally physically can't play. You play through anything that you possibly can in the Stanley Cup Final, because that's the way hockey players are built. That's the way they are. So we just, I guess they're going to go through the starting lineups here. I don't know why they're doing that in every single game. Like usually they would do that in the first game and that's it. But for whatever reason, they're doing it in every single game this season, where they're going through the starting lineups. And then they'll have the anthem, and then puck drop will actually happen. So puck drop actually is probably still like 4 or 5 minutes away. But we're getting close to here. Remember, I'm hoping to get to 10 likes before the start of this game. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button and give this stream a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and really helps get the video found, so more people can join in and we can have a bigger and better stream for the game tonight. So I hopefully you all enjoy it, and hopefully you have a great game. I think with this much on the line, I think we are going to have a great game tonight. And I certainly expected it to be close, and I think it's going to be a very hard-fought game. Hey, what's going on, South? Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolute massive game tonight. Massive game tonight. My favorite Stanley Cup Final memory is Boston winning in 2011. Yeah, 2011 without a doubt. Yeah, Jay Bomeister, former Florida Panther. He played in Florida for a while early in his career. Wow, Zdeno Chara is absolutely getting a standing ovation from the Boston crowd right now. This is absolutely nuts. I mean, I haven't heard this building this loud in a long time. That was my first Stanley Cup memory. That's the first Stanley Cup final that I remember. 2001, Colorado. Ray Bourque wins the Stanley Cup. That's my earliest, really my earliest, probably hockey memory. Certainly my earliest Stanley Cup final memory. But yeah, that's another one very high on the list. But nothing will beat the Bruins winning in 2011. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good team there, Isaiah, for sure. Hey, Austin, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Honestly, I have been too, but obviously there's other stuff more important than this. But I appreciate you being here tonight, and thank you for watching. So we're just about to start the anthem here and then get ready for puck drop. But I feel that, man. Man, sometimes it just feels like life wants to knock you down and bury you into the ground. Damn, this beer's going to be gone before the game even starts at the rate I'm going. It's almost 8:30. I have no idea why these games have to start so late. Yeah, apparently NBC likes to make the game start half an hour later than they should, I guess. But it's very annoying. No, I want it to last the whole first period, Isaiah. I don't want to chug it now. But at this rate, it's going to be gone before the game even starts. No, Panther. I've never even heard of that before. That is absolutely ridiculous. What? I can definitely see. I can definitely see some people I know doing that. But yeah, that I've never even heard of anyone doing that before. But that's actually really funny. No, I'm not going to zoom in again. I did that last stream. All right, so we're about ready for puck drop here. Zdeno Chara is on the ice, starting the game for Boston with a broken jaw. And Steven Kampfer is in the lineup as a seventh defenseman for Boston. So Boston's rolling with 7D tonight in case anything happens. probably to Chara. And the first line starts for the Bruins: Bergeron, Marchand, Pastrnak. The Schwartz, Tarasenko, and a Shen line starts for St. Louis, and we are underway here, ready to go. Blues bringing the puck through the neutral zone, and they dump it into the bench, and the puck goes out of play. Yep, Zdeno Chara playing through a broken jaw with the face shield on, and he already has thrown a hit on Braden Shen. So St. Louis dumps it in. Boston turns the puck over trying to get it out. The winger didn't come down far enough to help. Boston now looks like they have an easy out. 4-on-3 coming up the ice. Boston looking for a wraparound. Binnington somehow holds the post. And after all that, the whistle blows. Boston with a great chance right there, but Binnington holds the post and covers the puck up to get a whistle with exactly 1 minute into this game. Do I think that Kadri will get traded in the offseason? I think there's definitely a possibility. There's obviously going to be some casualties in Toronto, and Kadri's definitely a guy that I think could end up getting moved because I think there's good interest. Other teams around the league want him, and he would open up a good amount of cap space for the Maple Leafs if he does get moved, along with guys like Zaitsev or Marleau. So I think there's a very strong possibility that Nazem Kadri gets moved this offseason as Boston brings it into the offensive zone. Boston with possession. They're in on the forecheck now. Jake DeBrusk working behind the net. Tries to get it to David Krejci, but can't. And St. Louis brings it out of the zone. Torrey Krug regrouping now in the Boston end. Nice spin move. Goes back behind his net. Stretch pass out through the middle of the ice, and that's going to be icing on the Bruins as it does not connect with Joakim Nordstrom. That sounds really cool, Isaiah. Nice knee hockey there. Classic knee hockey there. Yeah, I would say that our Bruins and Canadiens is the best rivalry and certainly the most historic. Winnipeg would be a good fit for Kadri, absolutely. I think that's certainly a possibility. Looking forward, Winnipeg would be a good landing spot for Kadri. As Boston's trying to get the puck out of their zone, fourth line out on the ice for the Bruins, Achari, Corrali, and Nordstrom. That's been a fantastic line in these playoffs for the Bruins. Those guys have all contributed in big ways, and that's the kind of depth you need to win in the playoffs, and that's a main reason that Boston has made it this far. St. Louis now regrouping in their own end and stretch pass through the neutral zone. Goes off Sundqvist's stick, but good forecheck from St. Louis, and the Blues get the puck back. So now the Blues have the puck in the offensive zone. They're in hard on the forecheck as Boston is struggling once again to get the puck out and maintain any sort of possession. Boston again can't get out, and Tuukka Rask is forced to make a save. I don't think we're going to be seeing Jake Allen in net anytime soon for St. Louis. I know he had to come in Game 3, but I don't think there'll be any more blowouts of that level in this series. These games are too close and too important to be that much of that one-sided. As Marchand rips the shot, Binnington makes the save, and then the follow-up gets stopped as well. I don't know if that ever got through or if it got blocked in front, but Bruins was some 2 grade A chances there, and Boston holds strong. Big collision in the neutral zone as Pietrangelo goes down. And now we have a hand pass called against, I believe, the Bruins. Goal horns. It's the Bruins winning the it's the Bruins winning the cup in 2011 is my favorite Stanley Cup memory. I hope so, Vaughn. I don't know for sure. Either team can easily win this game, but I hope so. Bruins fan 627 hates the Rangers. And yes, I certainly remember 2011. Yeah, Ray Bourque winning the cup in 2001 is certainly one of my top moments as well. So, offensive zone face-off here for Boston about 4 minutes into the game. St. Louis wins it and will have an easy exit out of their zone. So they dump it into the neutral zone. Yes, I certainly remember 2013 as well. St. Louis now with possession. Teams have been trading possession early on in this game as Carlo finishes his hit on David Perron. And shot deflects wide there by the Blues. Yeah, I really can't stand Chicago, and it's not just 2013, but that definitely plays a big part of it. As Dan Heinen dumps the puck in for Boston, and they'll go for a line change. Tell you, so far, these first 5 minutes have been pretty good for St. Louis. Good road period start for the Blues. They've had chances. They've possessed the puck well. Boston's had some chances as well, but I think that the Blues should be happy with the way that they're starting. As Clifton goes back to get it, takes the hit, gets it up, and Boston gets the puck out. Here's David Krejci. The Boston second line has not been good in this series. The Krejci, DeBrusk, and whoever else has been playing with them. It's been Backus up to this point. Has not been a good line for the Bruins in this series. They have no goals, barely any points. It's not that's a line that really needs to step up, and Krejci and DeBrusk need to do something in this game. Whether it's a big goal or whether it's a nice setup play, they've got to do something to contribute in this game. I'm sorry to hear that, Bruins fan. That really sucks. So Boston's third line out there now, Heinen, Johansson, and Coyle. That's been a fantastic line all postseason long for the Bruins. And Johansson slow to get up after a collision in the offensive zone. That's the last thing the Bruins need. They only have 11 forwards dressed for this game already because they've dressed 7 defensemen. They don't need a forward to get hurt because then they'll basically be down to 3 lines. So hopefully Johansson's all right, but he looked very slow to get up after that collision. It's McAvoy now trying to get the puck out of his own end. Boston looks slow. Like the skating is just not there for the Bruins. They're getting out-skated all over the ice. Here comes Sean Corrali now. Rebound chance goes wide as Boston's putting on some pressure now. But the fourth line, but they just can't bury anything. I think the first goal of this game is going to be very important. You do not want to be playing from behind. And now we've got a penalty, delay a game coming up against St. Louis. That is, without a doubt, a penalty. Vince Dunn heading to the box for shooting the puck up over the glass. I mean, you can't even argue that one. At least I thought it was Vince Dunn. He skated over to the bench, though. I don't know. One of the Blues defensemen just rocketed the puck up into the stand. So Boston should be on the power play when we come back as we go to commercial break now. Would I rather be an NHL star or a millionaire? Well, if you're an NHL star, then you are a millionaire. So I'd be a millionaire NHL star. Have I ever been to other states or countries? Yes, I've been to a lot of different states in the U.S. That's an interesting array of teams there, Isaiah. Vegas, then Penguins, then Bruins. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen someone who's a fan of those three teams as their top three before. Yeah, it was Vince Dunn. Up and out, over the glass, delay a game. Power play now for the Bruins. And here's what happened to Marcus Johansson as Barbashev catches him right on the chin. Barbashev caught Marcus Johansson right on the chin with that shoulder. And no wonder Johansson was slow to get up after that. So Boston's on the power play now with a chance to take an early lead in this game, which I think would be an absolutely crucial first goal if the Bruins can get the lead on home ice here. I have no idea. I don't really know people's first NHL goals, so I have no idea. As that shot goes wide and Krug is unable to keep it in. So Boston has to regroup in the neutral zone. Boston is 6 for 16 on the power play in this series. I mean, absolutely remarkable power play numbers for the Bruins. But there, St. Louis clears it all the way down. That doesn't happen, Vaughn. You cannot be a Bruins, Canadian, and Leafs fan. Those are like, that's a huge three-way rivalry there. That just doesn't happen. This camera doesn't want to focus, I guess. So Boston down to the final minute 5 of this power play here. St. Louis has another chance to clear it. So down under a minute left now on the power play chance. Only one shot so far for the Bruins, as this has certainly not been their best power play opportunity that we've ever seen. Blues clear again. Second unit now out for Boston, but the second unit's not faring any better than the first one did. Hopefully they can get something set up here for the last 30 seconds. Oh, great chance there from the slot. Binnington made a huge pad save right there. So that was very close to being 1-0 Boston, but Jordan Binnington comes up strong. That shot gets blocked. And now with St. Louis clears with 5 seconds left. Here comes St. Louis shorthanded. And the penalty is killed. So nothing going for Boston on that first power play. They did have a couple of chances, but they're unable to score a goal. And now here comes St. Louis, hard on the forecheck. Good defense, though, there by Boston. But now St. Louis keeps the puck in. They have space. Blocked down in front, though. And here comes Boston out the other way. They're just going to dump and change. They need a new line on the ice. No score yet. 9 minutes into the first period. Still 0-0. Boston has had their first power play. St. Louis has not. But St. Louis now with the puck in the offensive zone. Gunnarsson. Oh, great chance there for St. Louis, and Rask gets it with the pad. Boston's got a clear now. They've got a 3-on-3 opportunity, and they're just going to go for a change as Corrali and Achari dump it in. And the puck is cleared all the way down, and Boston will end up completing the line change. First line now out for the Bruins as we're almost halfway through the first period here. Scrum in the neutral zone here. Everyone's digging for the puck. St. Louis wins the battle, takes it out through the neutral zone and dumps it in. Boston knows they got to get quick outs, but they can't. Pat Maroon with a great forecheck keeps it in. Through the middle of the ice there for Boston. Point shot, but here comes Pat Maroon back the other way. And his shot gets deflected wide by John Moore. Good stick position there for Moore to limit that opportunity. And then Rask makes a save on Bozak and covers the puck with 9:12 remaining in the first period. So good action at both ends of the ice as we head to another commercial break here. I wouldn't make another channel, Goal Horns. I would just do those videos on this channel and make a separate playlist. Damn, Panther, that would be pretty funny. Vaughn, absolutely not. That is a ridiculous question. But anyway, while we're at commercial here, guys, I just want to say that if you're not yet a subscriber to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers. 900 is the next big milestone, and I would love to get there tonight. And please, if you're enjoying this stream, give it a thumbs up and hit that like button. That really helps out with the channel. I wanted to get to 10 likes before the game started. That obviously didn't happen. But still, if you haven't already, please hit the like button because it really means a lot, and it helps get the video found and gets more people here watching. I don't know where everyone is tonight. This has kind of been a dead stream so far, unfortunately. But hopefully more people will join as the game goes along and we get some more people in here. I was kind of hoping that the Stanley Cup Finals would be like a big boost for the channel, but so far they really haven't been. That's a little bit frustrating. But thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate it. And it's always so great to have so much support and so many people here supporting the channel. Will Atlanta get another team? No. Atlanta has had 2 chances to be an NHL city. They had the Atlanta Flames. That failed. Then they got the Thrashers. The Thrashers failed as well and went to Winnipeg. So Atlanta is out of chances as far as I'm concerned. They've had their chance, and that's it. They blew 2 chances to be an NHL city. They've proven that they won't support an NHL team, and I think Atlanta is done as far as getting an NHL team. Will Arizona relocate to Houston? That's a tough one. I know that Houston really wants a team, and I think Houston would be a very good spot for a team. But I also know that the NHL really doesn't want Arizona to fail. They want a team in Arizona. So to be honest with you, I don't know if the league would relocate Arizona, but I do think that Houston will get a team at some point, whether it's through expansion or relocation. And I think Houston will be a successful hockey city in the future. I just don't know if it will be the Coyotes going there because the NHL really doesn't want the Coyotes leaving Arizona. Yeah, I did hear that, Sal. That will be interesting because it's been a while since we've seen Greg Biffle racing, but I did hear that. I don't go to school anymore, Panther. I'm not in school. I'm done. And a lot of the kids in school that I know are already subbed. So I don't really know who else to tell to sub. Old Town Road or the Little Einsteins theme song. Probably give me Old Town Road because at least everyone else will know that and you can kind of make a joke out of it. Will Utah get an NHL team? I'm really not sure. Not anytime soon, I wouldn't think. I haven't heard anything about that. So, I mean, maybe if that did happen, it would be in the distant future. But I don't think Utah will be getting a team anytime soon. Obviously, we have Seattle getting a team. And after that, as Boston has it, nope, they're not enough speed once again. And Pastrnak, saved by Binnington on Pastrnak as the trailer. Boston almost had a breakaway, but they weren't fast enough. Then Pastrnak got the shot off, and the shots are 12-3 for the Bruins, but the game is still 0-0. So Boston's had a good period, but they've got to get the first goal here. Binnington with another huge save. Boston has to score the first goal or they're going to be in big trouble. Hey, welcome, Ben. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Yes, Arizona is moving to the Central, and maybe they do end up in Houston. Somebody's going to end up in Houston. I know that the NHL does not want to move the Coyotes, but at some point they might have to. No, the Thrashers' attendance was not good. The Thrashers left because their attendance was not good. Yes, Seattle's already getting an NHL team for 2021. That is a done deal. 40 teams in the NHL, that is a lot. That is a lot. I don't know if the league will ever get that big, but we'll see. No one can predict the future. Yes, Sports Boy, it is absolutely very close. Rask makes a save there. St. Louis now in the offensive zone. I have no idea what Seattle's team name is going to be as that shot goes blistering wide and up and out of play. I have no idea what Seattle's team name is going to be. But hopefully it's something cool. I think they have a lot of different choices. But we'll see. I'm surprised it hasn't been announced yet. Seattle's officially been a team for a while now. I'm surprised that they haven't announced what the name will be yet. I've never seen any of those Marvel movies, so I have no idea. Yeah, I'm out of the loop when it comes to Marvel movies, guys. The Seattle caramel lattes, that would be hilarious. Just call them the Seattle Starbucks. My favorite hockey movie is Slapshot, but between Miracle or the Mighty Ducks, Miracle. That's just a fantastic movie, and probably my second favorite hockey movie. But my favorite hockey movie is Slapshot. The Seattle Suckers. That would be a really funny team name. They have a lot of different options with Seattle, so we'll have to see which one they end up going with. Definitely not going to be the Seattle Texans, I don't think. That one just wouldn't make sense. What's going on, Waleed? Thanks for watching. Really, really appreciate it. And it's great to have some people here, so many people here in the chat. And hopefully, wow, Torrey Krug leveled Alex Steen. That was a great hit. Hopefully the numbers continue to rise as this game goes along. As Krug takes the puck away behind the net. Good forecheck, though, from St. Louis, and all he can do is dump it out. So hopefully we get to 10 likes by the end of the first period. I was hoping to get to 10 likes before the game started. Obviously, that didn't happen. But hopefully by the end of this period, there's 5:25 left. We get to 10 likes on the stream. And hopefully we get some new subs as well. And we're on the road to 1K. St. Louis regrouping here in their own end with a D-to-D pass and then a dump out. And Clifton gets the puck for Boston, passes it up to Bergeron, who takes the hit, and St. Louis takes it back the other way. So still no score, just under 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Boston has largely outshot St. Louis, but nobody has been able to put the puck in the net yet. So that was a nice step up there by Charlie McAvoy. And Marchand, high shot from Bergeron, saved by Binnington. Jordan Binnington has had a phenomenal first period here for the St. Louis Blues. It definitely could be 1 or 2-0 Boston already, and he has kept the Bruins off the score sheet. Boston has 11 scoring chances. St. Louis only has 3. And that shot goes wide for Alex Steen. Boston can't get the puck out, though. Oh, now they turn the puck over, and Rask is forced to make a save. McAvoy doesn't have a stick. Once again, Boston can't get the puck out. Finally, they exit the zone, and they're just going to have to dump it and go for a change. Nola Chari bringing it in, forechecking hard on St. Louis's defense. Corrali now lays a hit. Clifton regroups in the neutral zone, and Boston dumps it back in. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Hey, welcome back, Austin Hill. Appreciate you being here, man. And that shot gets blocked down in front from Pasternak. There's gonna be a lot when I hit 1,000 subs, Ben. If I ever can get to 1,000 subs, I don't know. The road has been very long. As David Krejci now trying to get the puck in front of the net, passes to Brusque, and St. Louis clears it all the way down. This is definitely going to be icing on the Blues with 2:55 left. Yeah, 900 is the next milestone, Bruins fan, but I would love to see 1,000 here very soon. I do not, Isaiah, unfortunately. I do not. I would absolutely love to hit 900 tonight, Ben. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I would absolutely love to. So here's Boston now in the offensive zone, trying to get another scoring chance. A good job keeping it in. The shot saved by Binnington, and he covers the puck up. And now they're calling a penalty on Brad Marchand here. And they're calling a slashing call on Brad Marchand for digging at the puck that Binnington was covering. What an absolutely soft call. That's a ridiculously soft call. So now St. Louis is going to the power play, and after Boston has dominated the first period here, shots and scoring chance-wise, St. Louis very well might be the first team that scores tonight because they will have a power play for almost the rest of this period. But Boston does clear the puck here early on, and Nordstrom sends it all the way down. Houston will get a team before Quebec City, I think. So now under a minute and a half left, under 2 minutes left in the period. Under a minute and a half left on the power play. Boston unable to clear though as Tarasenko keeps it in, and St. Louis now setting up in the offensive zone. O'Reilly fans on the shot. They keep it in the zone, however. It's at the point. Pass to O'Reilly on the half wall. David Perron with a great chance, and Rask gets over and makes the save. Perron did not get as much on that shot as he wanted to, and then Patrice Bergeron sends it all the way down to the St. Louis end of the ice. So 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Minute and about 12 seconds left in the periods. Boston now with a chance to kill this off. And Corrali with a shorthanded shot on goal, and Binnington is just forced to cover. Whew. So a lot of action there. Huge save from Tuukka Rask on David Perron, who did not get as much on that shot as he wanted to, for sure. Final 20 seconds now of this power play. Under a minute left here in the first period. And Boston clears again. So that will just about do it for this power play. There's only 10 seconds left, and the puck is behind St. Louis's net. So good penalty kill here from the Bruins. And it looks like as Marchand steps out of the box, Boston has killed off their first penalty of the game, as St. Louis did earlier. So no goals so far, and one power play chance for each team. And now the final 20 seconds of the period. Looks like a strong chance that we go to the first intermission with a 0-0 hockey game. Despite Boston getting 17 shots on goal in the first period, they have not scored. Jordan Binnington had a phenomenal period. Rask is forced to cover up with about 4 seconds left. No, if you guys want to chat, you guys can chat about anything. I don't care what you guys talk about. Will Pavel Datsyuk return to the NHL? No. He's signed a 1-year deal to stay in the KHL. He's not coming back to the NHL. And that is it. End of the first period. So there were no goals in that period. It is 0-0, end of the first. And that does it for the first period of action here tonight. So I'm going to move the computer onto my lap like I usually do, give it a chance to cool off here. Entertaining first period, chances on both sides. Boston with way more shots on goal and way more scoring chances, but they weren't able to score. Neither was St. Louis. And, well, through one period, absolutely nothing has been decided. How do I feel about Vegas's cap situation? Well, I don't. I'd have to look that up. I'd have to go to Cap Friendly and look at Vegas's cap situation. But I think Vegas is a very good team in a very good spot. I mean, they've got their top six forwards are fantastic. They've got a strong team defense and obviously Marc-Andre Fleury in goal. I'm really not worried about Vegas. I think they're going to be a good team yet again next year. Hey, Adam, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate it. So solid first period there for both teams, but nobody could score. So, yeah, all right. Isaiah wants a shout out. So shout out to Isaiah here in the chat. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And the Sharks might be a very different looking team next season. I think Erik Karlsson is gone. I think Joe Thornton potentially could retire. I think Joe Pavelski could be gone. I think the Sharks could lose some key players this offseason. And I think next year is going to be an interesting year for the Sharks. I don't know how good they're going to be. They could come out and be a first-place team, or they could come out and maybe be a lot worse than what people expected. I don't know. Obviously, they still have Logan Couture. They still have Brent Burns. They still have Martin Jones in net. They still have Evander Kane. Like, they have good pieces locked up. Timo Meier, Tomas Hertl. But I do think they're going to lose a little bit this offseason, and it's going to be interesting to see how that affects them. I don't know if both of them will. I would find it hard to. I think it would be hard for the Canucks and Coyotes both to make the playoffs next year, just because who's going to get knocked out? You're going to have to knock two Pacific Division teams out of the playoffs that made the playoffs this year that won't next year. I mean, does Calgary miss the playoffs next year? I don't think Vegas will. I mean, they're a good team. So it's going to be about who then doesn't. If Vancouver and Arizona both get in, who are going to be the teams from the Pacific that don't get in? Where will Matt Duchene go? I have no idea where Matt Duchene will go. Hang on, I'm just answering a text here. No, Arizona is not better than Vegas. Vegas has a very good team. I don't know where Matt Duchene is going to go. Probably to whoever pays him the most money, honestly. All right, yeah. Remind me of that, Panther. Send that in a chat or on Snapchat or something. Remind me of that, because that is a very good video idea. Like, who on each team is going to have a breakout season next year? Yes, Willow. Welcome to the chat, Willow. Thanks for being here. And yes, we are almost to 900 subs. So I'd love to get there tonight. Hopefully we get there tonight. But we'll see what happens. That will be a big milestone for this channel. And Anaheim is absolutely going to suck next year. I think Anaheim's going to suck for the next few years. They have a long rebuild ahead of them. And the Ducks are in bad shape. Honestly, Vaughn, I'm with you on that. I think it's hard to trust Calgary's goaltending. Mike Smith is not a trustworthy goaltender. David Riddick, he had a good year this year, but is he really? He's not really a high-end goaltender. So I agree. The Flames goaltending very well could be an issue next year. All right, I got you, Panther. Well, I don't think Arizona is going to be a team that knocks Vegas out of the playoffs. They might knock Calgary out of the playoffs, but I don't think they'd get in ahead of Vegas. The Kessler contract is terrible for the Ducks. The Corey Perry contract is terrible for the Ducks. The Ryan Getzlaf contract at this point is terrible for the Ducks. No, Panther, it's absolutely not. It's just my cousin talking about the game. Absolutely not. 5 subs away from 900. Hopefully we get there tonight. Erik Karlsson, the rumors swirling around Erik Karlsson are really interesting. The rumor was that he wants to either go back to Ottawa or possibly go to Montreal. I think I don't know, that's kind of wild to me, but obviously I think he wants to go to that area of Canada again. And he either wants to go back to the Senators or he wants to go to Montreal. But if he wants to win a Stanley Cup, he shouldn't be going back to Ottawa. But maybe winning a Stanley Cup isn't his top priority. Who knows? But to be honest with you, I don't think that Erik Karlsson is the player he was 2 or 3 years ago. I think the injuries have taken a toll on him, and I don't know if he's ever going to get back to the level that he was a few years ago. Bruins fan 627 wants a shout out to him. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. No, Akuma, that would be absolutely nuts growing up in the 30s and 40s. So just completely different times. Yes, Nikita Zaitsev has asked for a trade out of Toronto, as has Patrick Marleau. Patrick Marleau's house is up for sale. Marlowe's going to be gone. Zaitsev's probably going to be gone. Probably Akuma. Karlsson's had a lot of injury issues, and he probably just wants to get paid. I would agree with that. Oh, thank you, Rogue Talent. I really appreciate that. And thank you for all your support. And I hope that this channel continues to grow. I like old school hockey, man. And hockey is my favorite sport, and I love old school hockey. Do I think that Kadri will be gone? I think there's a very good chance Nazem Kadri gets dealt over this summer. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee. The way it's basically guaranteed that Patrick Marleau will not be a Toronto Maple Leaf next season. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee that Nazem Kadri won't be a Toronto Maple Leaf next season, but I absolutely do think there's a strong chance that Kadri gets dealt this summer. The worst division next season, I think, probably will be the Pacific Division. I think that will be the weakest out of all 4 divisions. Honestly, Nathaniel, I really don't have a favorite team other than the Bruins. There's a lot of other teams that I like, but there's no one that stands out as a strong number two, really. I like a lot of different teams after the Bruins. No, I don't think the Leafs are going to be bad next season, but do I do think that they're going to lose some pieces this offseason because of the salary cap situation they're in. And I do think that you know, they're probably a playoff team, but they're probably still a one and done team unless they make some serious changes this offseason. They're probably a first round and out again. It doesn't have to be Leafs versus Boston, but it will be Leafs versus Boston if they finish 2-3 again. Yeah, I'm not sure who leaves Vegas. I would have to look at that roster, look at this cap situation, and then come up with something. Yeah, I think it's very interesting that Erik Karlsson potentially wants to go to Montreal. That would obviously be a huge boost to Montreal's defense. But again, Karlsson's hitting the open market. He's going to get a boatload of money, and I think he's going to just pick whoever gives him the most. No, Evgeny Malkin is not getting traded. Malkin has a full no movement clause. He has to agree to any move that is made involving him. And he has said multiple times that he does not want to leave Pittsburgh. He is going absolutely nowhere except playing for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And he will when he finishes out his contract with Pittsburgh, if he does leave anywhere, it will be back to Russia, and it will definitely not be another NHL team. I don't think. I think he wants to play for Pittsburgh, and that is it. Yeah, Malkin can't get traded. It's not that Pittsburgh wouldn't move him. It's that he has a full no movement clause. So. Yeah, Shea Weber would be a perfect defense partner for Erik Karlsson. Absolutely. Because Weber can focus on the defense and the defensive zone, and Karlsson can focus on putting up points. Absolutely. All right, Vaughn, that is an absolutely ridiculous question. Absolutely not. I think Vancouver's a team on the upswing. They're a team that's getting better. I don't know if they're a playoff team yet, but I do think they're a team that has improved over the last few years, over the last couple of years, and a team that's starting to come back up towards being a good team again. But I do think they still have a little ways to go before they're really a good team. Yeah, I also really don't like the Stars now either, Vaughn. After the diving display they put on against St. Louis in the second round, the Stars have become one of the teams that I really don't care for too much. As much as I love Jamie Benn, the rest of them don't really make me want to like that team. No, Austin Matthews absolutely will not be traded. He is the franchise in Toronto. Yeah, guys, I don't know if all of these players are going to be traded or not. I have no idea. I am not an NHL GM. But we'll have to wait and see. A lot can happen over the next couple of months. Hey, THG, what's going on, man? Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Feel like I haven't talked to you in a while, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, the Atlantic Division does look very good. There are a lot of good teams in the Atlantic right now. It is way too early, Kellen, to be thinking about the 2020. I know it's less than a year away, but man, so much can happen in the offseason. Teams' rosters can change. Teams make moves. I have no idea, and I don't know anything about the draft. I don't follow prospects. I don't know anything about the draft. The only prospects I really know are the guys that play college hockey and I actually watch. But as far as everyone else, I really don't know anything about many of the prospects. Yeah, I completely agree, Adam. Diving has no place in hockey. It's an absolute joke. Who's the Bruins' best prospect? I don't know who you would call the best. Really, no idea. I mean, my favorite is Trent Frederick. I don't know if he's their best prospect. He's my favorite of their prospects. But really, I don't know. If they're not playing in the NHL, or at least I see them in the AHL, I have no idea. Yeah, that sucks, THG, but I'm glad you're here tonight. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that's an absolute joke. The AAF didn't even last more than like a couple of weeks. All right, so we're back here for the start of the second period. Nola Chari already has 7 hits tonight for Boston. We've only played 1 period. Most players don't get to 7 hits in a game, and he has 7 hits through 1 period. So battering ram first period for Nola Chari, and the Bruins out hit St. Louis 23-18 in that period, but we still have no score. Before the puck drops, I just quickly want to say, please give this stream a thumbs up. Hit that like button. It really helps out in getting more people here and getting, just the video moved up on YouTube and stuff. And also, if you're new to the channel and not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 900 subs tonight. So I'd really appreciate it if anyone who isn't yet a subscriber hits the subscribe button, as we are now underway in the second period and we have a quick whistle just a few seconds in. Yeah, as far as talent goes, Jack Studnicka is probably the top prospect. Frederick's my favorite, but talent-wise, Studnicka is probably the best. As Tuukka Rask has to make a brilliant save here early in the second period. I haven't seen much of Studnicka. He's only played a couple of AHL games that I've seen, so I haven't seen a lot of him. Yeah, Kellen, I see that this is your first stream. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope to see you at more in the future. And St. Louis scores. So after a dominant first period from the Bruins, St. Louis scores first, and this is not good. And Zdeno Chara is -1. Ryan O'Reilly with the goal, just like he scored first in Game 4. And this is starting to look like it might just be the Blues' year. It really feels like this might just be the Blues' year. They seem to be a team of destiny at this point. No, I don't think Mitch Marner is going to get traded. Toronto is going to clear cap space and they're going to re-sign Mitch Marner to a massive contract. So here we are now early in the second period, and the Blues take the lead. Boston is already hemmed in their own end. Johansson gets it out and then immediately turns it over. And I mean, I never thought that Boston would make it this far this year. So at this point, they're in the Stanley Cup Final. I really can't complain, but I'm really starting to think that St. Louis is going to win this series. They feel like a team of destiny this year. It seems like it's the Blues' year. Going from last place in January to being a Stanley Cup team, I mean, that never happens. You don't see that. And if the fact that it has happened just makes me think that without a doubt St. Louis is going to pull this off. And there's another save by Binnington, as Jordan Binnington has been absolutely phenomenal in this game. Just absolutely incredible. Boston's had so many shots on goals, and Binnington has just come up with all of them. He stopped all of them. Yeah, Tarasenko and Ryan O'Reilly have been fantastic. Sleeper team next season, man, I don't know. I'll have to look at the rosters before I decide that. I don't know. After the Blues this year, we may not have a sleeper team next season. The Blues might have used up all the sleeper potion this year with what they've done this season. And a big save there by Rask, as St. Louis almost just went up 2-0, but Rask got the job done. Yeah, it does seem like it's meant to be with the Blues this year. Very, very much so. Yeah, I mean, I said before this game started, I don't think many of you were here at the start of the stream, but I said before the game started that whoever won this game, it was going to be the team that wins the cup. And I don't know, that was a disheartening goal for me as a Bruins fan to see St. Louis score that first goal. I think the first goal is very important. And Boston had so many chances in the first period, and they just didn't do it. They didn't put the puck in the net, and now the Blues come out to start the second. We're only 3 minutes into the second period, and that's it. It's Blues put the puck in the net, and that's it. So, yeah, I think. I don't know. That was a bad goal for Boston to give up. What do I think about Gloria? I feel like, every team has like a rallying point or something like that they wow, huge hit there by Corrali on Vince Dunn. And then Braden Shen absolutely leveled, I think it was Nola Chari. So the physicality is really ramping up here. Bruins fourth line out there with some pressure in the offensive zone. And that shot gets deflected just wide. And that's offsides on the Bruins, I believe. Yes, so they have to tag up, which they do. And they turn the puck over. So not a good turnover there by the Bruins. No, THG, we have not. Yeah, well, we'll hopefully Boston scores the next goal. If not, they're in big trouble. Yes, Chara is playing. No, I don't watch the NBA at all. No, I do not like the Canucks. Favorite thing about Vegas, just the atmosphere in that arena at games is just absolutely wild. That place is nuts. All right, Isaiah, see you, man. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I haven't had to sign up the last couple of last few streams actually, and people haven't asked, so that's good. I'm glad about that. I definitely hate spamming more than questions. Like I mean, spamming or someone coming in the chat just to spam is definitely the number one thing that I hate. The questions sometimes sometimes there aren't there isn't such thing as a stupid question. Other times, obviously the person is asking a dumb question for a reason. As Torrey Krug just got absolutely leveled with another high hit from St. Louis. And Krug is not happy with Zach Sanford. Yeah, the Blues are an incredibly good forechecking team and cycling team. I never, ever watched the NBA Finals. Good night, Austin. Thanks for being here and watching. I appreciate it. If I had to choose between Montreal and Toronto to cheer for in a playoff series, I would 100%. I would 100% choose Toronto. Montreal is my number one most hated team. And yeah, no, I guess I thought the whistle was for a penalty, but apparently not. So no penalty on the play for that hit on Krug. And I'm not really sure what the whistle was for then at this point. Yeah, I mean, the LA Kings absolutely stink at this point. Absolutely stink. That's like 5 million guys on the ice for St. Louis. Well, we're going to commercial break now. But the only goal so far in this game belongs to Ryan O'Reilly. Fantastic backhand top corner. And the Blues have the 1-0 lead. Yeah, I don't know why LA would take Marleau or what they would want from Marleau. He's 39 years old. Yeah, and I think that the Marleau to LA talks are pretty much dead. I think there's going to be somewhere else that Marleau ends up. Yeah, Isaiah, I really don't care. Yeah, you can do whatever. Just, there's obviously a limit, but there's a line that you shouldn't cross. But for the most part, I don't care. Winnipeg's going to be an interesting team next season. Obviously, they're in a bit of a cap crunch themselves. They're a team that certainly may lose some pieces this offseason. And I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know. Maybe they end up losing. Maybe they take a step back a little bit this offseason. Yeah, definitely listen to Vaughn there. Don't say that. But pretty much anything else is fine. So we're down now to about 13 minutes remaining in the second period. We're approaching the halfway point of the game. And Sundqvist's shot gets deflected up and out of play with 12:54 left. Yeah, Vegas isn't in a good cap situation. Winnipeg's not in a good cap situation. Toronto's not in a good cap situation. But that's the cost of being a high-end team in the NHL. It really is. If you're going to put a top-level team out on the ice, you're going to have to spend to the cap, and that's going to lead to some difficult roster decisions down the road. If Kovalchuk retires, then I do not believe his money counts against the cap if he retires. But I'm not entirely sure of that, but I don't think it does. Do I want to be friends with Pouncing Panther? I mean, yeah, I would be. He doesn't live anywhere near me, so I'll probably never meet him in person or anything, but he's my friend on Snapchat, and we talk all the time. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Adam's got it. No racial slurs, no homophobic slurs, nothing like that. But as far as your other run-of-the-mill swear words, I really don't care. You guys can use them if you want. There's a chance for Boston that goes wide. And here comes St. Louis, and that looked offsides to me, and it was. So St. Louis goes offsides. Shot goes wide there for Boston. That was wow. Dallas Keuchel signed to the Atlanta Braves. That's a huge signing for the Braves. He was definitely the number one free agent left as far as baseball is concerned. That is big news. But getting back to hockey here, St. Louis dumps the puck into the zone. Torrey Krug behind his net. Gets by 2 St. Louis players, and here comes Boston 4-on-3 up the ice. Pasternak's shot gets deflected. And now we've got a penalty call. Boston's going to get on a power play here. David Perron is heading to the box for St. Louis, and Boston is going to get another chance on the power play as Perron interfered with David Pastrnak, who was trying to get to that puck. The top 3 in the Pacific next season, man, it's too early to tell. I think Vegas and San Jose will probably still be in the top 3. Who the third team will be, it depends on the offseason. You know, we still have the draft, we have free agency, we have possible trades. The offseason is going to determine a lot as far as which teams move up in the standings and which teams move down. Yes, Craig Kimbrell did sign with the Cubs. That's correct. Yeah, Jaden Schwartz is in this series. He's actually had a couple of pretty good games where he was noticeable, I think. But Schwartz is playing. And Pastrnak just ices the puck on the power play. Like, what is he doing? Yeah, I am not a big David Perron fan at all. Dude, I'm not predicting Super Bowl 54 right now. 30 seconds left on the power play here. Boston with the puck in the offensive zone. Do I think that the Blues overpaid for Bozak? No, I think Bozak's been a very important part of this team, and that he's been a big player for them in a third line role in these playoffs for sure. So I wouldn't say that. Yeah, Bozak absolutely was a loss for the Leafs. Yeah, Bozak is a very level-headed player. St. Louis iced the puck there. Yeah, Sean Avery was talking about the Kadri to Winnipeg deal on, but I mean that's Sean Avery, so take that for what it's worth. Yeah. Oh, geez. All right. So we've got some interesting questions here. Lightning versus Jets in the Cup final. Who wins? Probably the Jets. I don't know if Tampa's going to miss the playoffs next year. That would be a huge fall. I don't know if that's going to happen. But I definitely think that this year was a mentally taxing time for them. They might bounce back even harder from it, though. That might be, a wake-up call for them, or it's going to completely destroy that group, one or the other. Vegas versus Toronto in the finals. Who wins? Vegas. Vegas would win that. Tampa's not going to miss the playoffs, no. Do I watch the hockey guy? Yes, from time to time. Not as much as I used to, but I still do every now and then. No, thank you, Akuma. I will keep Charlie McAvoy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I did too. I thought Boston wanted the cup, but I don't know. This game's not going too well for them. Yeah, Marcus Naslund almost is too good to get an NHL Remember Him video. I don't think there are many people that were around during Marcus Naslund's heyday that don't remember Marcus Naslund. He was a hell of a player. Yeah, it is. It is a one-goal game. I am getting very down on the. Yeah, so I mean, St. Louis has had chances to put this game away. Um, But St. Louis hasn't. They haven't put any more pucks in the net. They haven't put this game away. They haven't scored another goal. And as much as it seems like this hasn't been a good game for Boston, they're still one shot away. They're still one shot away. I am getting really down on the Bruins, though, because I don't think they're going to win this game. And like I said earlier, I think whoever wins this game wins the series. And I don't think Boston wins this game the way that it's going. I not honestly, not really off the top of my head, Adam. So maybe I'll try and come up with something for intermission, but I'm not, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head particularly funny right now. Yeah, I really don't know about the AHL. I followed it until I mean, I go to tons of Providence Bruins games, but once Providence got knocked out in the first round, that was pretty much it of me following the AHL playoffs. So I'm really not sure about the teams that are in it, and good, almost a great chance there for St. Louis, but Boston makes the defensive play, solid defensive play there. No, the Stanley Cup Final will never be in July. 3 minutes left now in the second period. Still 1-0 Boston. Glove saved by Rask, and he covers up. That shot would not go for McAvoy, I believe it was. And not icing on St. Louis as the puck dies in the Bruins end. Chara regrouping. And Rask has to cover there with just under 2 minutes remaining to make the save. Still 1-0 St. Louis. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a game 7, Vaughn. As much as I would love a game 7 in the finals, if St. Louis holds on to win this game, I think that's pretty much going to do it. Yeah, I wish I won the lottery too, for sure. Backus is not playing because the Bruins dressed 7 defensemen and 11 forwards rather than the normal 12 forwards and 6 defensemen. So one of the forwards had to come out so they could dress the 7th defenseman, and David Backus was the guy picked to exit the lineup. And that goes off the crossbar for St. Louis. That could have very, very easily been 2-0 as we come to an end of the second period here. And the period is over. So it's 1-0 St. Louis at the end of the second. All right, Kellen, bye, man. Thanks for watching. Really, really appreciate it. And glad that you have joined the Off the Wall hockey community, and hope to see you at the next one. And thank you so much for the support. And Krejci ends up being the one that made the save on that. It wasn't Rask. It was Krejci that made the save there right at the end to keep this a 1-goal game. All right. Good night, Adam. Thanks for watching, guys. Honestly, I've got work tomorrow and I'm getting pretty tired, so I might have to cut this one short as well. And I mean, already a lot of people are leaving, and I don't think Boston's going to win this game, to be honest with you. It's still a 1-goal game, but I think St. Louis has by far been the better team, so I might cut this one short as well. I'm not really feeling it right now, and I got work tomorrow. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to cut this one short, unfortunately. I'm not going to do the whole game tonight. It's already 10 o'clock. I got a lot to do tomorrow, and I got to be up early. And thank you guys so much for watching for the first couple periods. We'll see, I might not even watch the third period. We'll see what happens. We'll see. There's obviously going to be a game 6 with both teams with 2 wins already. We'll see if there ends up being a game 7 or not. But for tonight, I think I'm done. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you haven't already, please like. And that really helps out. But that's it for tonight. So thank you, guys. And I will catch you all hopefully at the next one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.